All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to just talk for a little bit here and kind of reiterate a couple things. One of them, a lot of people ask why I do this. I've asked myself the question fucking numerous times. I'm not religious. Um, I I have my beliefs spiritually, however, and I'm not trying to get into heaven or out of hell or anything. It's it's like a principle. It really is. Where I started taking it serious, I guess, one when I found out there were kids being affected, right? That was kind of a no-brainer for me. And I would like to think it is for everybody else too. Who would allow their kids to be fucking indoctrinated into a cult? Yet alone take their kids to an organization like that, okay? I do this because it needed to be done. Um, it needs to be done. It has to be done. You know, when serial killers started showing up in America, you know, the FBI put together a task force to start profiling these guys. Why not do this with cults? There's so many dangerous aspects to these cults that are here in America that need to be fucking examined. Why aren't they doing it? Now you have this idiot like Catherine Crick, right? She's they're all a part of this apostolic reformation fivefold ministry fucking cult movement, and it's a full-blown cult, everybody. This whole fivefold apostolic reformation movement, it's pretty much a full-blown money laundering, sex trafficking cult. That's what these things do. That's why I speak up about it, is because I'm not fucking dumb, man. You start doing this, like, this kind of shit leads to sex trafficking. There's a famous TikTok dancer that's fucking hasn't been heard from by her family in over a year because she got sucked into some fucking Baptist cult in California, man. This shit's real. This shit is real. And anybody out there that think it's a joke, that think this is a joke, right? We know David Taylor's a fucking idiot, right? We know that. We know he's a moron. We know he probably can't put his shoes on in the morning without Michelle's help, right? There is a humor to it, right? There's a humor to watching a fucking train wreck show, right? But you dig deep into what's going on behind the curtain, it's really dark, fucking serious shit, guys, okay? Nobody's speaking up about it. I had a talk with one of the channel members. You know who you are, Bitterness Barbie. Earlier on during the channel, when I first started, me and him were talking. Me and Bitterness Barbie were talking, and we had this discussion, like, what could be the repercussions of somebody putting their face onto something like this and starting to call these assholes out. I got phone calls, death threats, cease and desists, the works, guys. I'm still getting phone calls from one of fucking David's little cult cronies, and I'm pretty sure I know who it is. I know who it is. I'm not dumb. So those are the repercussions, guys. That's shit that I have to deal with on the flip side of this. I've met a lot of really great people in it, and it's made a really great group of people that are exposing these religious cults, man. And they're all over the place right now. The pandemic only made it worse, and now this war with Russia, you know, David's gonna at some point try to come out and most likely back up his prophecy with Russia, right? This whole war bullshit. Which David's not gonna come out and do anything. He knows we're watching him too close. He won't. He's too scared. No doubt. And I kind of just wanted to reiterate why we're doing this. There's something going on here that nobody's paying attention to, and it needs to be paid attention to. At what point do we say, hold the fuck up, this is getting too much, this is too extreme, especially when there's kids involved, when there's proof that there's kids involved? No brainer, right? That's where the line crosses when you start involving kids in these fucking religious cults that have really no choice, or they don't have a say in whether or not they go to these religious cult meetings. I mean, let that sink in for a minute. Like, you guys see the videos I put up? Wait till you see the one I'm about to drop today. Wait till you see the one I'm going to drop today. Catherine Crick was in Colorado. Her next, I think, is in Kentucky or some shit, and then apparently she's going to be in San Antonio. Guess what, Catherine? If you come to San Antonio, I will be there. I'll be there. I promise you. I will find out what church you're going to, and I will let them know that you're a fucking cult, okay? And the reason I do Catherine Crick is because there's similarities between her and David. They're doing the same shit, man. They are doing the same exact thing. The only thing is Catherine's a woman. What makes Catherine even more dangerous is the maternal figure. And we've talked about this in some of the chats, is the fact that she's a woman will make it easier for people to just hand their shit over to him, even their fucking kids. Be like, oh, here's my kid. You know, hey, here you go. Do anything you want to him. Yeah, you're a woman. We can trust you. But there's really nothing good going on with Catherine Crick either. She's very dangerous. She's just like David. She's even more manipulative, really, in a sweeter kind of way. You know, she's passive aggressive, like really manipulative. If you've noticed, I just got a text from Israel #1. I've been getting the messages late at night, guys. Again, no bullshit. I got so many last night. What's really cool is I don't get them until the morning, because I turn everything off.
Especially if you're a double D. Put a paper bag over those dirty pillows. I don't think I should have a paper bag.
So I'm pretty sure I know who it is. And that's what I mean when, like, some people think that this is a joke. We're here to stop David's cult, man. We're here to stop his money laundering sex cult, where there's no doubt drugs inside this cult. Some sort of sexual component going on. Really fucking manipulative sexual component at that, too. No doubt David puts the women against each other and will do anything to make them fight for his loyalty, basically. That makes sense. I'm sitting here thinking about why we do this. You know, I've been asked a lot of times. I guess because nobody else was taking the active approach to it. I think where I initially got upset was David sitting there lying in the deposition, perjuring himself, and then fucking walking away from it. I mean, come on, guys. That whole shit show deposition. That's going to go down in history as probably one of the greatest depositions in the world, man. If the world ended and all that was left for aliens to find was David Taylor's deposition, that would be they'd probably be fucking glorified and shit. They'd probably have it like on a pedestal or something. Nobody was taking the active approach, though. I didn't like what I was seeing. I mean, if David can do the shit on the internet, why can't we proactively disrupt his scam? The system is more apt to protect the scam artists and their well-being than they are the people actually trying to stop the scam artist. Funny how that works, right? YouTube will. They'll protect the scams. It's better for them. It's better for money. It's better for the process. It's better for the system. Better for their system. I didn't like the fact that David could sit there and just lie under oath, man. If I were to do that, that's a total fucking double standard, man. To sit there and see him just blatantly lie under oath and just basically say, fuck you to the system. That was, after all the people who have fought and died, laid down their life to protect his rights, to protect his free way of life so he can just be a scam artist piece of shit. I mean, how do you sleep at night, David? Honestly, how do you sleep at night knowing what you've done? Whether or not you know what you've done, David, we sit here and debate that a lot, and I'm sure you know it. We sit here and debate whether or not you know what you've done wrong, and whether or not you give a shit, or if you even know you've done wrong because you're so much of a fucking sociopath. You're also a narcissist too, David. You know, there's no doubt some antisocial personality disorder there. That's why you won't come out anymore, because you're so fucking scared, dude. You're so scared of what we will do when you put new videos out of your bullshit. You were scared, David. I got an email from somebody, And I know there's a legal battle within your cult right now too over this. It's a spitting image of Rick Fraser's situation, guys. No bullshit. Money, kids, divorce, everything that works. Okay. Let me read to the postscript what this person said. Give me a second here. Let's see here. This is, I told so-and-so that she had up and left her cult, to which she responded with the same David E. Taylor BS. How he has 17 million followers, which she's fucking full of shit because I was on your Zoom, David, and you only have 33 people watching your Zoom. All right, and then on YouTube, it's just a bunch of fake-ass bots, so you don't have 17 million followers, okay? Maybe at any one time now you have maybe 90 to 100 people following you on your bullshit live reruns, but even then, half of those are probably fake accounts and scrub accounts that you have subscribed to yourself just to get your numbers up. We know you're doing that, David. I'm not dumb. I've been reporting you to YouTube. If I had some other quicker way to get to YouTube and let them know that you're making sock accounts to basically fucking scam them, I would, but YouTube doesn't give a shit. Oh, okay. Has 17 million followers, doesn't. He's not helping victims of natural disasters. He's not partnering with the FBI or the DEA for that matter. David is fucking bringing drugs into his goddamn cult, okay? There's no fucking way David is partnered with the DEA, and for them to even say that, that's some fucking ballsy shit to say. Well, she also mentioned that anyone can say anything about anybody on YouTube. You're right, David. You do the same thing, right? Well, the only difference between my channel and your channel is my channel is the truth. There's truth on my channel. It's 100%. Probably some of the stuff, there's probably half-truths to it, but for the most part, David, everything that's come out of this channel is true, man. It's been done research, eyewitness accounts, testimony, phone calls. David, there's people I don't mention here because they don't want to be mentioned. There's stories that I've got from people that don't want to be mentioned because they're still scared of you. That was an obvious reference to you, and it shows that David E. Taylor is aware of you and afraid of you. Keep up the good work. And that's from somebody that's being directly affected by David's fucking stupid cult right now. Another reason why I do this is because of what David does. He's been able to do this unchecked for what, 30 years? Running a full-blown scam, changed names 4 fucking times? 4 times David's changed his name. 4 different times in the last 4 years. And the IRS doesn't raise a red fucking flag and be like, hold the fuck up. If I did that, if I started bouncing names around in my business, you sure as shit there'd be a fucking red flag. IRS would be knocking on my goddamn door being, hey, we need to see all your fucking books right now. Again, it's almost more profitable to be a scammy, just sack of shit priest like David, or wannabe prophet. You know, then you got Catherine Crick coming out too. I've been looking at some other fucking weirdos, man, and it's almost like you cut the head off one and another one just fucking pops out. It really did. It's almost like David's shit show is going down and bam, pops out Catherine Crick, right? To kind of take David's place, and it kind of makes sense to me. I'm wondering if she saw David's deposition and was like, holy shit, I can do this. I can lie and be a sack of shit and fucking lie. So that's what this Catherine Crick is doing too. Definitely compared to David. I mean, put those two in the same room. Put those two in the same room. Two apostles in the same room. That'd be some shit, right? Put those two in the same room and have them fucking preach at each other and see what happens. See who's like the... Man, could you imagine that? That'd be pretty awesome. Sorry, on that note, guys. So yeah, kind of wanted to reiterate why I'm doing this. Again, I'm going to stay dark for a little while. I'll put out little videos like this here and there, but as far as doing lives, not for a while, guys. Not for a while. I will continue to do research. I encourage everybody to still file the fraud reports against David. I will still take that active measure on this side because that still needs to be done. I haven't filed it in a couple weeks just because I've been busy. But I will continue to file those against you, David. I'll probably actually go to the library today and pick up some more copies just so I have some to file them. That way the IRS doesn't forget about you. I mean, they already have your new tax ID number, I hope. That's what I don't get, is how the IRS hasn't picked up on your scam. 4 names. But again, the names are probably most likely going to be in somebody else's name. David's not going to put anything in his name. That will tie him to the crimes, man. That'll tie him to the crimes. And there's no doubt wire fraud, you know, there's going to be all kinds of financial, economic crimes when this one's unfolded. My channel is still being actively censored by YouTube. I can guarantee everybody that. It is probably ghost banned right now. And the ghost ban is real. I don't know for how long it's going to be ghost banned, but it's YouTube definitely doesn't like the activism part of channels. They just won't allow it. It's not good for business. But I will continue to take the activist approach on this channel and continue to expose these people. It's what needs to be done. The more people that share the word of the truth about these religious cults, guys, and again, this was a fucking this was like a blindfolded dive into an empty pool for me. Doing this, I didn't think it would ever go this far. I didn't. And I know people want us to keep going, and I think we should. These cults need to be held accountable. They need to be examined. Their religious practices need to be examined. Because I don't pay my taxes to the church. I pay my taxes to the IRS. Last time I checked, guys. Why is the government so scared of the church? That's my question. Why are they so scared? The government is the governing body. They're the one that set the laws and make the rules, not the church. What, because they have money, they protect their interests and everything? No, that's bullshit. It's bullshit. That's why the government is scared of the church, because there's votes in the church. To think that there's separation of church and state when there's not. There's no such thing anymore. And you apply Hassan's bite model to our leaders. See what you guys get, man. See what you guys get. What's one thing that a destructive cult leader has? No accountability. Does our government have accountability? Nope. Never. No accountability. Both sides of the aisle, guys. Both sides. Everybody in our government. No accountability. And that trickles all the way down to where we're at now with David. No accountability. No accountability in the system. There's only accountability for the little guy. For people like you, me, you know, not people like David or our government officials. It's just the middle class and the lower class that have to pay for what the rest of the 1% is fucking up on. Just my opinion, guys. But that's why we're here, is because everybody's watched the deposition. Everybody's seeing David's scam. Everybody's aware of David's scam. There's something about David everybody doesn't like, whether it's the way he lied, his demeanor, whatever the case is. It all has brought us together to expose these people, man. This has gone on too long. These scams have gone on too long. It's the age of accountability. Why can't everybody start being held accountable for their crimes? We are. I've been filing on David since last September, October. We're going into what, March? I'm going to file on him for a whole year. Like I said, there's some times where I took breaks, like during the holidays, things like that, New Year's, because I knew shit wasn't going to happen. But I will continue to file against David for a whole year. And if that doesn't do anything, if that doesn't trigger an audit, then I've kind of lost hope, you know? Because I would like to think that with all the shitty name changes he's done and just all the money laundering he's doing, I don't know how anybody hasn't caught it yet. My question is how? He's definitely hiding under the radar in a very effective way. Creating that kind of paper trail, David, is going to show your intent to the crime.